What's up, guys? This is my friend Ian's 29 Roadster pickup. A couple weeks ago he had mentioned that he's thinking about selling it, and I've always really liked this truck a lot. It kind of resembles Al Clark's truck a lot, and you know, I've always had a thing for Al's truck. It was like the first hot rod that I ever saw driving on the street. So when Ian put this together, it's always been like, I don't know, a truck that I've loved. It has all the right parts. It's 29 Roadster pickup. It's got a 40 Ford rear, 40 Ford brakes. It's got an old Model A axle and Model A spring that with a reverse eye main leaf. It's probably was chromed in the 50s at some point. 59A flathead that Al built. So it's a Go Devil Garage flathead motor. It's got a 4-inch Merc crank. It's got an Isky Max 1 cam, Walker radiator, Stromberg 97s. It's like, it just has all the right parts. It's like a legit hot rod. So when he mentioned he want to sell it, I kind of said, Ian, let me think about if I can figure this out, because I love this truck. I have a Model A truck myself, and you know, I already have a Model A truck. It's not a Roadster truck, but this truck has always been special to me. So I'm thinking about figuring out a way to buying it and then driving it. So check it out. It's awesome. Just like a proper hot rod, you know what I mean? Like, just, you know, matte black primer. It's just PPG primer. Guide 682 headlights. You know, it's crusty and rough around the edges, but this is what a hot rod is. So anyways, I'm gonna go for a spin. Check it out. Motor there is. Mare and I are off to play some tennis, which is why I got my tennis shoes on. In the rear, just like the width of the frame rail, reverse eye main leaf, and then the front also has a chromed dropped axle, or not a dropped axle, it's been chromed, and that also has a reverse eye main leaf, so that's what gives it like the stance that it has. said before, this is like Al's truck is, oop, there we go. Al's truck was the first hot rod that I ever saw like in this area driving down the street. And it was literally like, I followed him home. And he only lived like a mile from the house I grew up in, which is super cool. So I didn't like follow him in the house. I just go, oh, that's where that guy lives. And then I kind of felt like a nerd, so I didn't want to like, you know, pull in his driveway behind him. But I don't know, I kind of lurked around and said to myself, all right, if I have a model, or if I have an old car body, then I can stop at this guy's house and tell him I'm building a hot rod, and maybe he'll be friends with me. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up buying a 33 Plymouth Coupe body, and then kind of went over to Al's house and said, hey, I just bought this car, you know, what should I do? And he was like, oh, you got to put a flathead D8 in it. So, I don't know, Al's a big flathead guy. That's what he does. So, that's what I did. Actually, no, that's not what I did. The Plymouth Coupe had a small block Chevy in it. I never even finished that car. I just made it a roller, like built a chassis for it, had all Ford suspension. Some old guy just waving. That's cool. Yeah, so I never even made the Plymouth Coupe like a driver. I just made it a roller, and then somebody offered me some money for it, so I took the money. And then ended up buying my Model A truck, and then building a hot rod with that. I still have that truck. I stole the motor out of it for my first Race a Gentleman car, which was the car that I went to Pismo with, and then ended up selling that car. So my Model A has no motor in it, but I did just buy a motor. So I have a flathead Ford. I just have to basically put it in, and then I can have my Model A truck back. But in the meantime, I've never owned a Roadster, and there's nothing cooler than driving a Roadster. These are where we're going. This is the tennis court that Mara and I play tennis at, which is like right up the street from our house. But yeah, guys, this truck is like, I don't know, it's a perfect hot rod, so I have to figure out a way to buy it. Hope you like it. Just got done with our tennis game. Now I'm going to meet Al at my shop. He's got the motor for the Race a Gentleman car all finished up, so he's going to drop it off, and then tomorrow morning, hopefully I'll be able to start putting that car back together with the freshened up motor in it. So super psyched. Al just showed up with the Race a Gentleman motor, or the
Judas Priest.
He's got his Judas Priest shirt on.
Yeah.
So Al, what'd you have to do?
Just to freshen up, new bearings, hone the cylinders, new rings. Did a little head work on it, some valve work, different clutch. Hopefully it'll run a little bit better this time around.
So it's gonna be better than ever. Center force clutch.
Jeremy's got a lead foot on it, so he tore up the clutch that was in it, so we had to do something different.
No. So where are you? So what are you guys doing? Where are you going?
Speak up.
California.
When are you leaving?
30th, I think.
What's the date today?
Yeah, about 2 weeks from
17th.
now.
2 weeks. So leaving in 2 weeks. So the car has to be back together, motor in it, and then we're gonna do a bunch of upgrade stuff. We're putting a radiator in it and 2 batteries from Anti-Gravity. So we have to like mount the radiator and then run like radiator hoses, or like the kind of actually put a legit cooling system in it. So the one battery is going to run the electric water pump, and the other battery is just going to be for starting the engine. So these guys are going to Bonneville first, and then to El Mirage.
Yep.
Ryan's going to drive the car.
Yeah.
You gonna fit in there? We got hopefully. But you're a little taller than me. You're gonna have to squeeze. It's pretty short.
Model T, so.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll find a way.
Well, awesome. Let's get this thing out of here, and then
You can go do what you gotta do.
yeah, we can get it in the car and get going.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that pretty much sums up today's video. I have two things I need to do. Figure out how I'm gonna be able to buy that truck. And second, I have a lot of work that needs to happen on the Race Gentleman car so it can get all finished up so it can get on the trailer and go out west. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's pretty much it. Later.